I'm Danny Bonaducci, and you are watching Govs Radio. This is where you go if you want to see something or if you want to hear something funny. Coming up in just a couple minutes. This is a joke I told. What? I'm not on Gov Radio? Call the police. Call my agent.
The Knockem Dead Comedy Radio Show also brought to you by Two Eagles Auto Body. For more than 25 years, Two Eagles Auto Body has been the leader in auto body repairs and customer satisfaction on Long Island. Two Eagles Auto Body handles every type of auto repair, from custom applications and restorations to repairs involving insurance claims. So call Two Eagles Auto Body and ask for John Rossi at 516-328-2527.
First, behind the bag, it gets through Buckner. Here comes Knight, and the Mets win it.
Hello, Tony. Mookie Wilson here, 1986 Mets. How you doing? Long time no see, man. Hey, man, I miss you guys, man, at Knockem Day Comedy Radio, man. I miss you. I wish I was still up there, man. But I'll wait till it warm up a little bit, and hopefully this year things will be a little bit better, man. But when we're talking about comedy, hey, the early years of Mets was a lot to laugh about. You had to make a lot of comedy off those guys. Hey, hope to see you guys during the summer, and hopefully you'll get back on the show, man, at some point in time during the course of the year, all right? All right? Yeah, fine. Contact me, man. All right, Tony. Talk to you later.
3-2 to Mookie Wilson.
You wanna listen in as the show begins. You're telling all your friends the party never ends. Knockem dead. Knockem dead. Comedy show.
Hang on. Why isn't it working? Oh, there we are. Now we're working. Okay. Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Knockem Dead Comedy Show here on Gov's Comedy Club podcast. We're coming at you live from the legendary Governor's Comedy Club right here in Levittown. And we're hanging out today with the one and only Michael Kaplan is here, ladies and gentlemen. Michael Kaplan. We'll be hearing shortly from Brendan Burt, who you guys probably know. You can see his name almost every day. He's on the comment thread. Brendan Burt did his, he attempted his first try at stand-up comedy this past weekend. So we'll be talking to him. He's due to check in with us in about a half hour or so, give or take. So we'll talk to him in a little while. In the meantime, John Rusiello says good morning. Hello, John.
Good morning, John.
Look at it. We look at you with your blue and me with my red. We look like the Wiggles or something this morning.
The Wiggles?
I don't know. I don't know.
Weren't they all arrested or something?
Were they?
I don't
Oh,
know.
were they molesters too?
They were wiggling a lot of things. Yes.
Speaking of wiggling a lot of things, yeah, you don't have to wiggle by yourself anymore. You have a new lady in your life.
I do have a wonderful lady in my life. Thank you for asking.
Congratulations on that. Happy Hanukkah, by the way.
What?
Isn't that today?
Oh, this is to John Rusiello. I'm not a Jewish person. I am a Catholic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means.
Because I don't put up a Christmas tree.
Right.
No. F Christmas. Sorry.
Oh.
Sorry. But,
Who says F Christmas? What is wrong with you?
because it's so commercialized.
Well, I'll give you that.
I know what it's. Listen.
Listening.
The ideal behind Christmas, I understand it's about the birth of Christ, and I celebrate that. But John breaks my chops because I put a menorah up.
Well, you're Jewish.
My father was Jewish.
Well, okay,
but
yeah.
I do it in honor of him.
Okay.
I hope you're listening, John.
Yeah,
You
he's.
son of a bitch.
So, all right, so I'm confused. So you're just against the commercialization of the holiday.
Exactly.
But now you're saying.
It's all the pressure that's involved.
I agree 100%.
It's all the pressure. You got to buy this. You got to buy that. You got to buy this. Oh, my God.
You
you're
don't
running around.
fool me. You're just upset because your birthday is just 10 days before Christmas.
Guilty.
Yeah, so you just, you probably get less gifts because, you probably get less gifts. You probably get a gift. They're like, yeah, this is a mixture of Christmas and your birthday. And you're like, up yours. Give me 2 gifts.
One day when I
Cheap
was
Jew.
young, one day my parents went Christmas shopping on my birthday.
That actually explains a lot.
It does. Oh, explains my mental deformity?
They actually said, happy birthday, we'll be back.
Oh, they were like,
We're
well,
going
we have to
shopping?
go Christmas shopping. There's too much going on. And I think they threw a couple devil dogs at me.
Yeah, but you were 40 at the time.
Probably. No. I was like 12.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's pretty messed up.
Yeah, and then I put my fist through a closet door, turned it upside down, tried to fool my parents. Didn't work.
Put my fist through.
Yeah, because
Turned
I was
it
arguing
upside
with my
down.
brother. Yeah, so I didn't want my father to see the hole in the door.
Okay.
So I took the door off, turned it upside down.
Oh.
But when he opened the linen closet, he saw the hole.
Well, but a hole goes all the way through.
No, I just put it through the first level.
Oh, all right. All right.
was
That's
a
where I
hollow
got
door.
confused. I'm like,
Are
what?
you following?
No.
Oh,
We did that. My brother once put my was it me? No. I think it was me. My brother put my head through a wall.
wow.
Yeah. So we took. So we were like
That explains a lot.
Yes, it does. But we didn't know what to do. So I mean,
Yeah,
I
did
was.
you know how to sheetrock?
I don't think I was. I was. I think 5 or 6. So no, I had no idea. And he was. So if I was 5 or 6, he was like 8 or 9. So we had no clue. So we had a. I don't know why, but we had a Bob McAllister record. Remember Bob McAllister? He hosted
Yes.
Wonderama.
Oh yeah.
So we took the record out, we put it in a different album, in a different sleeve, and we hung we took masking tape and hung the album over the hole. And that actually worked for a while.
It did.
And then I forget now. I don't know if it was me or I think it might have been my uncle put my brother's head through the wall. I forget now.
Wow.
Because we were wrestling and horsing around, and I forget exactly who put. But what happened was I almost used the album cover as a door. I would open it and throw like toys in there instead of I used it as a storage space. The toys were sitting on the insulation. They were just sitting there. But then one day my mother found it.
Yeah.
And
How did that go over?
yeah, it didn't go over well.
No, I'm sure.
And by that point, there was a ton of toys in there. So she screamed at us, and she probably beat us. Although she didn't beat Frank; he was fragile. He still is. So she probably beat me like 4 or 5 times more than the usual.
Okay.
And then and back then, this is before the big laws. Like I can go out and get her beer for her.
Right.
So I would
yeah.
go a few times a day.
Yeah.
And I'm joking all that, but this is true. So she made me clean it out. Made me and Frank clean it out, but we couldn't really see in there, so we were too stupid to get a flashlight. So my brother used a lamp, and we took the shade off the lamp, and he was just holding it, and he wasn't holding it well. I couldn't really see too well, so I started yelling at him that I needed him to do a better job, and he got me right here with the bulb, and while it was on, so it burned me. And I, you know what? I'll have to look. I have a picture at home because the very
You
next
have
day,
a black mark on your forehead.
the very next day was school
like
pictures.
Ash Wednesday.
It's more like
3rd degree burn. Wednesday.
well, no, but it was more like it was a perfect circle. So I looked like like I was from India or something. It was a perfect brown circle.
like the third eye.
Yes. And I have the very next day was school pictures, and I have this close up of my face. And there's this
The black mark.
I'll have to find it. I'll get it to you. But it was quite the clusterfuck right there. Fremder, nice shirts. You guys look like Tylenol day and night. What? You look like Tylenol day and night cold and flu.
May I interject?
Of course.
That is very funny, and it's so funny. And I don't laugh at things
Right.
because I have a cerebral way of thinking.
Yeah.
Trisha said something to me the other day about people with ADHD because I said, "Oh, you got to pay attention." She goes, "You can't say that to people with ADHD." You get it? But
get
it's
it.
so funny. It was so funny. I said, "Holy shit, that's really funny."
Yeah, that is funny.
See, you laugh,
I do
and I'm
laugh.
like, "Wow, that's really funny."
Who keeps calling me? Should I answer it? They've called. This is like the second or third time. I'm going to answer and see who it is.
It's so funny. It was so funny. I said, holy shit.
Turn
that's really...
your computer down.
That's me.
Michael. Tony.
Yeah.
Tony. John Luciello.
Oh, hi, John.
Let me tell you something about your friend Michael Kaplan.
Tell me something
He's
about
so
my friend.
Full of shit. He's so full of shit.
No,
He
I
wants
am
to
not.
be Jewish on Monday, Thursday, and Friday. All right? And he's Catholic on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Saturday.
I'm always
Is this by injection?
Exactly right. Exactly right. He plays the Jew card all the time. He plays the Jew card all the time, and I had to correct him.
I don't know him to be cheap.
Okay, no, he's not. No, he's not cheap. He's not cheap. He's frugal. He's not cheap.
Oh,
Okay?
frugal. Good word.
But ask him. I'm more Jewish than he is.
I find that hard to believe.
Yiddish.
I don't believe that for a second.
Ask him.
Ask
I'm
him
more
to do a
Jewish than
Jewish
he is.
impression.
All right?
Jackie
And I put him,
Mason.
I called him out on it in my garage 100 times. He knows nothing about the Jewish faith.
Well,
I speak.
I'll tell you what he does know.
Yeah.
He knows that you do a mean Jackie Mason impersonation.
Oh well, I used to. I was fortunate to have be one of Jackie Mason's security guys years ago.
Oh, no kidding, really?
Yeah. Mike will tell you, I had a little bit of a protection business, and I was with Frank Sinatra at the late stages of Frank Sinatra.
Wow.
And I was with Liberace. I went all over the world with Liberace. I went to England with Liberace.
Wow.
But that's a story. That's a story for a different day.
Yeah, well, I would love to. Maybe we'll Zoom one day and you tell us some stories.
Yeah, well, that's fine, but don't let this guy, don't let Kaplan bullshit you. Right? Kaplan, he's Jewish. He's a Jewish convenience. He's a convenient Jew.
No, I do it. I don't appreciate it. I'm on the air and you're bemoaning me, and I just do it out of respect.
I'm not. I'm just telling the public, the listeners, Tony's listeners, that you're full of shit. That's all.
I do want to point out that Mike is laughing, which is a rarity.
It is a rarity.
And he's the luckiest guy. He's luckier than a Jew. All right, believe me. He has a wonderful girl. All right, he's very, very happy. We're very, very proud of him. All right. Hopefully, he's going to come down and visit me. All right, and get a little sun like the Jewish people do in New York. They come down to Florida. All right. That's why I mean that he's Jewish as convenience. He's coming down to visit me. Allegedly, he said he's coming down to visit me. But that's what the Jews do. They leave New York in the wintertime and they come down to Florida.
And they go to Boca?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. All right. Well, listen, I just wanted to clarify this, Tony. I know he's a friend of yours for 25 years, and I know he loves you, but I know the real Michael Kaplan. Believe me when I tell you. Don't let anybody bullshit you. I know anything you want to know about Michael Kaplan, ask me because I know.
I will definitely, we'll definitely talk some more at some point because I'm a little scared. But
well, don't be scared. Just be cautious.
Okay, good to know.
Watch your pockets. Watch your pockets.
Watch my pockets.
As they say in the old country, gesund, gesund.
What does that mean in the old country?
That means good luck.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you. I need it. I need it.
He's Jewish. Ask him what it means.
Yeah, I know what about. What do you say? Goodbye, gesund.
Love you guys. Bye.
Thanks, buddy.
Bye, buddy.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
It's
That's good.
hysterical.
So I think, let me just check. What did I see while I was talking to John? Yeah, all right. So I think my brother,
Oh.
I think he sent me the photo, why he has it.
Really?
I mean, how he's able to find it so quickly.
You have to show.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Oh, my goodness.
Give me a second. I need to save it. Yeah, all right, saved. And now I need to throw it up on this
What
computer.
happened? You were such a cute kid.
Oh, no, I wasn't. Okay, let's see. All right, now. All
That
right.
picture's gonna go viral, you know.
Yeah, right. I'm fine with that. All right, hang on a second. Now I gotta come over here to retrieve it. Let's see.
I'd like to know what your mother said when she saw the black mark on your skull.
You know what? That I don't remember, and I don't remember because she probably knocked me out.
Oh my God!
Told you it's a perfect circle. All right, let's see. Hang on. Now I got to get it onto here. All right, here we go. So, all right, I'm gonna.
Wow.
So this is me at the age of 8. That's me.
You know, that's a classic photo. You have to put it on your wall at home.
Yeah, maybe I should. Yeah, so that's a perfect circle on the top of my forehead.
I didn't know you were Hindu. You know, is it Ramadan? I think we have to pray or something. You got the prayer mat?
Is that the one where they like get on their knees and like
Yes.
bow their heads and all. Yeah.
Towards the sun, they'd say they're.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah,
Towards
like
the sun?
47 times a day.
It does seem like it's.
It does. They do it a lot, and I'm not making fun of the religion. I don't understand it.
I don't know anything about it myself, but yeah. So that's me.
That's a great picture.
Yeah, that was.
Where'd your mother find that suit? Sneaker Circuses?
Probably thrift shop. It's probably, remember when we were kids, we get those for Halloween we get those cheap cardboard masks and had like those.
Oh yeah,
that's probably what that is.
No, I didn't have a Halloween. My parents hated me so much. They did, and I think this is an old joke. They used to drop me off at the median of the LIE and say, "Go ahead, go trick or treat."
That's good. I celebrate Hanukkah, so all I want for Christmas are my Jew front teeth. Oh, Fremder. Brendan Burt, I'm amazed at how Catholic I suddenly am again when it hits the fan. Yeah. I think that Fremder, I'm not reading that one. Okay. Yeah, all right, let me get rid of this stupid picture.
Oh, you got that. It's a great picture. Have you ever showed your family that picture, like Lisa, your wife and children?
I think I have, but if I have, it's been a long time. Yeah, I'll have to show them again.
Did it hurt?
Oh yeah, I was screaming.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah,
because those bulbs are hot.
Yes. Well, yeah. I mean, you figure it was probably at least a 60 watter.
Yeah.
And what I carry to this day is the fact that he did it on purpose. And he actually said, "Get ready, son of a bitch." No, he didn't.
Get ready, son of a bitch. I'm gonna smash this lamp over your skull.
That's right. All right. Let's get down to the nitty gritty here.
Public announcement time.
No, I'll do that later.
Oh.
No, I'm talking about you, pal. I'm
Me?
talking about you. Congratulations on a well done, well led campaign. A well
Shut
done
up.
campaign.
Do you know politics and comedy are very similar?
Yeah, because we all tell stories.
We all, yes, tell stories. But I love people. Just the other night, I was at this dinner event, like thanking you for candidates. It was bullshit, right?
Yeah.
So one guy comes up to me and says, "You did a great job, tough loss, but you got people talking." I fucking lost by 20,000 votes. What positive can come out of it?
20,000. Is that a lot? I mean, obviously it's a lot numbers wise, but when it comes to an election, is that a lot, or is that
general
one
election
neighborhood?
with the half a million people in Brookhaven? Yeah, the person Dan LaSquadra who won got like 56,000 votes, and I got like 35,000 votes. For first time running, you did great. First time running, you did great. Oh yeah. I fucking lost.
I guess you're not running
I got
again.
Killed. Running again.
I wouldn't say you got killed. I wouldn't say that.
Well, because I'm still here alive, but
no, really, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say, and I agree. I was actually going to say it just before you did. For a first time guy who you've been in that world working for town of Islip, town of Brookhaven,
yeah,
but the public eye, that was new territory for you. I think you did a really nice job with it for a guy for a virgin.
Yes, I was a political virgin.
Political virgin. Yeah.
I like that, political virgin. Can we make that a thing?
What kind of thing?
I'm not sure.
What would you do with that thing?
I don't know. Something fun.
Take more contributions, just not money. And what happens? And the people that contribute, they're just out of that money at this point, right? They don't you don't have to pay them back or anything.
No.
I mean, you spent that money on advertising and shit.
Yeah, I spent it all on the campaign, and there were some generous donors, which my dear friend who just called was a very generous. Yeah, he was unbelievable.
Wow.
And I do, I received a lot of messages after the election, Tony, saying I'm sorry you lost this and that, and even the people who donated to me, and I really felt horrible.
Oh yeah, I believe it. I would too.
And
yeah.
I actually feel like I let the residents down.
Right.
Because they deserve better. And I'm not bad-mouthing anybody that's holding the position now, but I kind of am.
Yeah, you were. But,
I was.
Yeah.
But I was a little
That's right.
snarky, but I didn't go dirty.
No,
I didn't go dirty, no.
And he didn't either, right? Or did he?
I have no dirt. I have no skeletons in the closet.
Yeah.
What was he going to say about me? I'm a
So you can't even-
Juwapi?
Juwapi. Sounds like a sandwich.
Yeah. They should make a sandwich like that. Lox and prosciutto.
What did so I don't know. So are you all right, so yeah, so no desire to try it again.
No, that was way too much. You know, that was 2 years out of my life doing that. And it was 1 year hitting the streets. You know, I walked almost 400 miles.
Wow. Isn't that a song?
No.
And I would walk 500
miles. And I do like that song.
Can't sing it, but you like
No,
it.
I can't sing it, no. I can't sing it. No, I got almost 300,000 views on my Facebook and Instagram reels.
Wow.
You know, I walked 400 miles. I spoke to probably 10,000 residents in that year, 18-month time or so.
400 miles. That's got to be. I don't know. To me, that sounds like that's even more than the town of Brookhaven itself.
No, Brookhaven has a couple of thousand miles of road.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
But 400 miles is a lot. But if you think about it, I was walking 3 to 5 miles a day for almost a year.
Wow, man.
Yeah. It was
Wow.
a lot. It was a lot of work.
Yeah, the whole and it doesn't stop there. You know, appearances and
No, I did 18 meet and greet / debates, many public appearances. You're right, close to probably 30 to 40 public appearances. So there was a lot.
yeah,
There was a lot.
that's crazy.
And you know me, I didn't prepare one speech because the best speeches are the ones that are unprepared.
I agree.
In my opinion.
Yeah. Mhm.
You know, but I met a lot of great people. I made friends with lifelong friends because you know I liken it to how you and I used to do shows together.
We did.
When I walked with one person mainly, who was Cynthia Vargas. She ran for district court judge, and we did most of the walking together because our messaging was the same. So I got like a sister out of it.
Oh,
you know,
okay.
We became great friends, and I
Right.
call her my sister now. So like when we're on stage together, there's an intimacy level.
Yeah.
Don't go to a dark place when I say
No, I'm not.
intimacy.
I was going to. I'm like, I'll just let him go.
Yeah.
No, you're right. You're
But
absolutely
you do
right.
understand. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know, because you know you're exposing yourself to everyone.
Right.
Just knocking on doors. You're knocking on a random door. They don't know you. Mm-hmm. You have no idea who you're running into. And we would talk to Republicans, Democrats, whatever.
Yeah.
And just try to get their vote, earn their vote.
I mean, I know what you mean. In fact, that's why I like. I mean, I enjoy performing here and doing the stand up, but my top choice would be acting in a play or even the murder mysteries we
Yes.
do, because of the group, because you're in it together, and
Yes.
so you're a band of brothers, so to speak.
It is.
Yeah. So you're going through that experience together, and you're there for each other. You know, if somebody's screwing up, well, then hopefully somebody else is gonna pick it up and save it. You know.
Yeah.
So I'm sure it is very much the same type
It is,
of feeling.
and
yeah.
it's not just if someone messes up a line. Which you remember that show? I forgot like 3 pages of the script. Remember that? You remember that one? It was around here
think
somewhere.
so.
I think I jumped like 3 or 4 pages.
I think
And
so.
then someone went in the back and like, oh my God, what the hell's going on here? and that dopey guy Mike's like, you know, you almost ruined the show. You know, I don't know if you remember that guy.
What guy? That you lost
Mike,
me.
That guy Mike. His
No.
name was Mike.
Yeah,
not
not-
me.
no.
Remember, he was another guy.
Oh, yes, I do remember
Yes,
that guy.
remember?
Yeah,
Yeah,
hated that guy.
hated that guy. But it's just like when you do a scene with someone. It's so intimate because acting is bare naked stuff.
Right.
So when you're acting with someone, it's that intimate level, and that's the end of my story.
Andy Plagano says Brookhaven is the largest town in the largest county in New York State.
That is correct.
Yeah, and he likes to boast about that all the time. He calls Nassau County, it's a flyover county. There's nothing.
But he is correct. You know, a lot of people say, well, there's 3,700 miles. You know, at debates, Dan Squadron would say, you could drive from here to L.A. and then make a left to San Diego, and that's about the lane miles of Brookhaven, but that's a political statement because you don't. I don't want to talk about highway because this is a comedy show.
Well, it's all right.
You know,
Go ahead.
You don't measure a road by this way and that way. You just you measure it by the center line. You like that highway term, center line?
The center line.
The center line.
Oh.
I'm speaking clearly enough.
Yes, but I don't know what that would fill us in.
The center line is
I
the
don't know
middle of the road, which is called
highway
the
lingo.
crown, the crown of the road. That's how you measure a road for paving or whatever else. So the politicians say, "Oh, it's 3,700 miles of road." I call bullshit on that. If it's measured by the center line, there's a lot less miles of road.
Oh. You see, all right, but that's probably why you lost right there, because these guys who will say it the wrong way, they'll also say it the wrong way when they're trying to get the budgets approved.
Exactly.
And then they get their
There's
kickbacks.
3,700 miles
That's
of
right.
road. So people say, "Oh wow, he's taking care of almost 4,000 miles of road. This guy's the greatest thing." Meanwhile, it's incorrect.
Damn it! Come on, people, wake up!
Yeah.
Damn it!
But it is the largest township in New York State.
Wow.
Yeah.
The largest township in the largest
And
county.
they say
Right.
they say it's just almost as large as Nassau County.
Just the town of Brookhaven.
Yes.
Wow. Oh, I didn't know
Which
that.
I really don't know that either.
Wow.
I don't know. Man, I'm handsome on TV, boy. I tell you that.
No, that's me.
Oh,
You're
that's
the
you.
other guy.
Oh yeah, I'm in blue. Oh,
Right,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, Fremda just said he feels like he's in the Matrix. Does he take the red pill or the blue pill? And Andy Plagano says he likes exposing himself to random people too.
Oh, that was fun.
Andy Plagano's, yeah, again, he calls this county a
Nassau County?
Yeah, a flyover county. But all you Suffolk County comedians, you're trying to get into this room, which is in Nassau
Yeah,
County.
I know.
There's Andy right there.
I know.
Andy will be here tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. Right, Andy? You're going to be here tomorrow? I heard there were rumors, there were rumblings, and Andy
There were
wasn't gonna-
rumblings?
that it might be a problem for Andy, but I think he's all right. It is the only town that goes from the North Shore to the South Shore.
Wow. Who said that?
Andy said that.
Wow, that's very smart.
Is that true?
It's very true. It's the only township on Long Island that goes to the Great South Bay and the ocean and to the Long Island Sound. Absolutely correct.
But so straight through, you mean? Like from one end to the other with no interruptions? With no other towns?
No interruptions.
Because, well, all right, because Massapequa here in Nassau is town of Oyster Bay,
Yeah.
which is on the water in the South Shore.
Yes.
And then you have Oyster Bay, which is town of Oyster Bay,
Town
which
of
is
Oyster
on the
Bay.
water on the North Shore.
So you see, there are different townships in Nassau County.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So if you went directly from north to south, yeah, you probably would have to skip over some other townships.
So if you drove Nichols Road,
Yep,
you know Nichols Road.
I do.
From Montauk Highway in Bayport, Blue Point,
Yeah.
you drive it all. You would drive all the way to the North Shore, which is Setauket. Mm-hmm.
That's where Andy is.
That's all Brookhaven.
Oh,
The
okay.
whole-
the whole ride.
The whole ride,
And Setauket is on the water, right?
parts of it.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Andy will be here tomorrow, but close to late.
Close to late.
Close to late. So that means you're on time.
Really, kind of on time.
Yeah, you're just on time.
Close to late means maybe 1 minute prior to go time.
But you still made it,
You still made it.
so you're on time.
There's got to is that like a conjunction junction?
What's your function?
What's your function?
With Andy, you never know. He's
But I like the shirt. Andy Plagano's #1 fan. Who is his #1 fan?
her name is Carol Miner. She's
Oh.
from Texas. Well,
Oh.
currently in Texas. A regular viewer, part of our family. She's somebody that I grew up with in Hicksville.
Nice.
But yes, has since moved to Texas. Yeah, and she sent. All right, but I can't let this whole thing just linger like that. So I'll have to show you the whole thing. Now I'm going to pull it off, and I'm probably going to pull Andy's face off. Oh, there it goes. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, it stayed. All right.
Stayed.
So it's Andy Plagano's #1 fan, which is why I show this side, because we all are Andy Plajanos' fans.
Uh-huh.
However,
Uh-oh.
not to be outdone, and I am very
Tony Walker, #1 fan.
and I am flattered that Carol made that shirt and a little hard.
That is really nice.
And I'm stepping on
Watch
the
your
wires.
step.
All right, let me put this back.
You're stepping on the wires, Felix.
So now you're all looking at my butt as I put Andy's shirt back up and his face. There we go. Okay. All right.
Carol Miner.
Carol Miner. Wonderful Carol Miner. She is also Jewish like yourself. Her maiden name is Reuben.
Oh, Reuben. Like the sandwich.
Yeah.
Oh.
Do you know her?
No.
Oh, I figured, you know.
And I've never had a Reuben in my life.
Me neither.
You haven't?
No.
John and I were talking about you this morning, and I said, he's really a burger and fries joint or pancakes. And me too. We don't have a very big wide. We're not foodies.
No, I'm not foodies at all.
No, not.
But the foods I like, I really like. Like even now, as I face the whole diabetes thing,
Yeah.
like now I'm constantly this morning I just had toast this morning, but of course I'm like, is this too much bread?
I know.
And I'm like it's
It's
basically
got 18 carbs. Oh,
right,
God.
exactly. It's like everything I eat is bad, but I don't know. There's a part of me that just
You're
can't
looking
worry
pretty
about it.
svelte.
I am. I've been under 200 for maybe the past 2 years or so, but it was prior to that. It was probably 20 years since I was under 200.
Wow.
At least 20 years, maybe even more.
Wow.
So I think that's why I'm not having any difficulties right now, because it's in somewhat decent shape. So I don't know.
Keep on trucking. You're looking beautiful, my friend.
Oh wow, beautiful. That's a big word right
I'm
there.
in a good mood. I'm full of
I see
compliments
that.
today.
Yeah. All right. So best experience from going door to door. Worst experience from going door to door, and maybe give us maybe give us an interesting fact from walking door to door that we wouldn't have known. There's a lot right there. I just hit you with.
That's a lot right there. Worst experience, other than maybe dogs attacking?
Oh, yeah. Did
Lot of-
they actually get you?
No, because I'm still pretty quick for a Catholic/Jewish guy. People would slam the door in our face.
Really?
They would say, "Well, what party are you on?" And that's the problem with our country today. Everyone's so zeroed in on if you're a Democrat or a Republican.
I agree with that.
So, when it comes to the roads, there is no party affiliation.
Right, I agree.
It's nonpartisan. So, but a lot of people would ask, "What party are you running on?" Well, I am running on the Democrat line. Slam.
Really?
Oh, I had several, I would say at least a dozen FUs.
Wow.
FUs. Yeah.
What is wrong with people?
I don't understand.
I don't get it. Like, fine, you disagree. You don't want to. Then you say, I don't want to talk right now, or sorry, I'm not going to do this.
I'm
Whatever.
not interested.
Right.
I'm not interested.
But
I
say
actually when I first started walking the streets, I would go to roads, homes on roads that were in really bad condition.
Right.
So I knew this family was a Republican family, which I don't care.
Right.
It doesn't matter to me.
Oh, so you have that info before you go to their house?
Yes.
Okay.
So I knocked on the door. What party are you running for? I'm on the Democratic. No, thank you. I said, well, let me ask you a question. So I point to the road. I said, has it worked? Who you've been voting for? And it has nothing to do with Republicans and Democrats. And by the time I ended the conversation, this was the highlight. By the end of the time I ended the conversation, his wife came out, the daughter came out, and they said, you know what? You're absolutely right. You were going to vote for you.
Oh, wow. So that happened as well.
That happened as well several times.
Nice.
Several times.
Okay.
And what was the third question, Monty Hall?
Tell us something about campaigning door to door that we might not know.
It's hard.
Yeah.
It's
bet.
hard.
Yeah.
It's very, very hard.
And now that the election's over, the people that said "F you" to you, like, would you go back there now and like pee on their lawn or something?
I'd like to.
Yeah. How did you react to that? Like the first time that happened to you, where you're like, "Holy crap!" Or do you
No.
yell it back? Like what?
Oh no,
You can't yell it back.
can't.
They'll term.
You know,
they'll
what's
crucify you.
wild is there's so many Ring cameras now. So a lot of people, I didn't know that you can remotely speak through it.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, what do you want? Oh, and you're like going on an audition. So maybe I found that to be a little easier because I've been on so many auditions. My name is Michael Kaplan. I'm running for highway superintendent. If you have a few, or can I leave my literature?
Okay.
And most of the time they say, yeah, just leave it.
Right.
What someone wouldn't know about. It's a life-altering experience, Tony.
Really?
It's a life-altering experience.
Life altering.
I was in 2 wars.
Yeah, of course.
That experience is almost as mentally draining as being in a combat zone.
Because what? Because
Just
it's
mentally,
a lot of pressure.
Mentally, there's a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
There's a lot of work.
A lot of time.
It's 24/7.
Yeah, sure.
Because a lot of residents would message me during the day, and I would be up till 1-2 o'clock in the morning. I answered every message, and even the highway employees who were not happy with the current administration, they would reach out to me and ask me questions. How would you be a better superintendent, better contracts, all these things, and it's just so challenging. And at the dinner the other night, I do have something funny. 'Cause
Okay.
This is a comedy show, right?
It is.
Okay. So thank you. So I stood up there and I said, you know what? Now I'm kind of pissed off at everybody because the party that I belong to as of right now, it's not very organized.
Yeah.
So
I agree.
I didn't really care what I said. So I got up there and I said, I just want to be honest and say, the day I said yes to running, I knew I was going to lose.
Oh.
But with that said, I never quit because I don't quit anything. And then I went into a little diatribe about, do you know what diatribe means? Diatribe. Yeah, fucking. So I tend to ramble because you know me. You give me a microphone,
Give Mike a mic.
give Mike a mic. It's all over. You getting that, John Rusiello?
Oh, that's a good. See, you should do a podcast. Mike on a mic.
Mike on a mic. I think you just coined that phrase. I can't take it.
Oh, I'll give it to you.
Mike on the mic.
Mike on the mic.
Wow. But I can't do it in here. It's like 30 below in here.
Really? I thought it
And I
warmed
don't
up.
have a thyroid. That's another joke. The thyroid the thyroid regulates your body temperature.
Yeah.
So I don't have one.
Oh, you had yours removed?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't think I knew that.
Yeah, 8 years ago.
No, really, you didn't warm up? I thought it warmed up in here.
I warmed up a little.
A little bit.
Next time I'll bring my parka.
Oh, all right.
Uh-oh.
So, all right. So, we're gonna talk more about that in a little bit with Mike. But right now, Mike and I
Is
are
that
gonna,
a musician? There's a lot of guitars there.
there are a lot of guitars there. Let's see. Brendan, I think. Oh, there you go. Okay. Brendan Burt, can you hear us, buddy?
Yes. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. But give me a second to make sure that it's working for everybody to hear. Let me see a second. We're gonna talk more about that. I'm checking the YouTube feed with Mike, but right now Mike and I.
Is that a musician? There's a lot of guitars there.
There are a lot of guitars there. Let's see. Brendan, I think. Oh, there you go. Okay. Brendan Burt, can you hear us, buddy?
Yes. Can you
All right, perfect. That's how I check. We're prehistoric in here. That's how I check that everything works. Okay, Brendan Burt is here. Hi, Brendan Burt.
Hi.
How you guys doing? Thank you.
Doing all right, pal. Doing all right. Yeah. So, there is. How many guitars we got back there? 6, 7.
Wow.
As far as my wife knows, there's only 2. She never comes in here.
What did he say?
He said, put those on to hear him. Yeah. He said, as far as his wife knows, there's only 2 guitars because she never goes into that room. And so she'll never find the bodies or anything either, then I'm assuming.
No.
Right. That's good.
That one maybe.
I like the, what's the shirt? What's the chunk all
what is
about?
that? Yeah.
Oh, that's that's one of my favorite bands. Thank you. Superchunk.
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 Not many people have heard of them. They're based out of Chapel Hill, North Carolina. They actually started Merge Records back in 1991, I believe. Really good indie rock band.
That's what I did
I'm
this
sorry.
morning. I did a super chunk this morning.
Oh, you did?
Oh, it was super. Yeah.
Did you feel great
Oh,
afterwards?
I felt like I lost a few pounds when I was done. And where are you, Brendan? Where do you live?
I live in East Meadow.
Oh,
wow.
you're right here.
Oh, we could
Yeah,
whip
actually,
a rocket
it's
hit
a
his
small
house.
world. I think I've met Mike before. I'm not sure.
This
Yeah.
Mike?
Yeah, you ran a fairly boots to ground campaign, haven't you? Didn't you?
It was a boots on the ground campaign. Very good. That was one of my slogans. Yes.
I've been trying to place where I'm not sure. Were you at the East Meadow Easter egg hunt? Or the Eisenhower? I'm sorry, this is not what we call the dog.
No, it's fine. It's totally fine. That's what we do here. We talk about anything.
No, your face is familiar. We must have met somewhere.
But you weren't at any of those events.
Not in Nassau County.
Right, because you were running
Yeah.
out east. Yeah.
Oh, okay. There's also a lot of possibilities in Suffolk, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. He's not going into detail, so his wife doesn't know about that either, apparently.
I know.
Yeah. All right. So
I'm a little frightened.
All right.
I love that room. That's a cool room.
That is a cool room. Is that like a little studio or something? What do you got going on there?
This is where I work during the day, and it gets boring sometimes, so I'll plug in an axe every once in a while. This is where anytime we have company, we just sort of shove all the stuff in here, and it's also where I work my hybrid 9 to 5.
Now, what's that? Is that first guitar there? Is that a Gretsch right there?
Yes, it is.
Nice.
Wow, good call, Tony.
Oh yeah, baby.
The brown one right there?
Yeah, right in the front there. Yeah, that's a Gretsch.
It's a beautiful guitar.
'Cause that's if any Beatle fan would know a Gretsch, that's George Harrison would play that. Yeah. Wow, very nice and a beautiful sounding guitar. I love Gretsch.
Yeah,
Very
me too.
Very nice.
Do you play? Does he play all those instruments? All those guitars?
I wouldn't call what I do playing. That the running joke between me and my friends was like I became an actor because they were all really good musicians, and I couldn't play worth a shit, so I needed to find something else to do.
All right, which is a perfect segue because I want to get to the beginning, which and what led up to trying stand up. So you've played as a musician in public, if I'm not mistaken, and you've done some acting, so that which helps.
Yes.
And what kind of what have you give us an idea of what kind, maybe a few things that you've done that we like plays, film, like what have you done?
Lately, I mean, I'm theater trained. Film, I was on a really lucky run last year. I did 3 feature films, 2 of which I believe are getting submitted to the Sundance Film Festival.
Oh wow!
One of them, if you let me plug them,
of course.
One of them is a baseball film called Ephes.
Okay.
That we shot up in Massachusetts. The other we shot in Smithtown called Christmas Eve at Miller Place.
Christmas Eve at Miller Place. Why does that?
Wow.
Who shot that?
Omnis Films, directed by Tyler Termina.
No, that name doesn't ring a bell. But for some reason, that title, Christmas at Miller Place, for some reason rings a bell to me. I don't know why. Well, so you and these feature films, you have lines and stuff. Like you're a working actor.
Not for a living, but yeah.
Oh, okay. Wow. That's exciting.
That is exciting.
Yeah, I'm really excited. I said if either of them got accepted to Sundance, I had to go, but I don't know who I'm kidding. If one of them gets accepted, I'm gonna be there. So.
Wow, that's nice. My son was just in France, not at Cannes or Cannes, but he was near there for something.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So, all right. So, and you've been acting a long time too, right?
Yeah. I mean, I think I decided that I wanted to be serious about it maybe 10 years ago.
Oh, okay. All right. So, all right. So then, what led to this past weekend?
Always wanted to do it.
Okay.
And was literally in the car going to open mics and just losing my nerve on the way.
Oh, wow.
And I was at the Suffolk. The promoter, John, he ran a competition at this place out in Suffolk. I forget the name of the place. Where I went to support a friend of mine.
Okay.
And, had a really good time. And I kind of nudged my way into onto the grown-ups table and asked if they do it every year at the same place. And they said yes, but where do you live? And I said East Meadow. And he said, that's great. We have a NASA one starting in 6 weeks.
Yeah, it's running right now. Yeah.
Yeah. So I drove home chewing on my shoe. Because I thought I'd have a year to prepare and I didn't want to back out of it because it was, once I commit to something, I'm not gonna bail. So for better or worse.
So when you talked to John Butera, you're just talking just a couple of months ago.
Yep.
Oh, so you were thinking, okay, so next year I'm going to try this. Instead, next thing you know, it's just a couple months later, and you're doing the NASA one.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So you've always wanted to do it. So did you already have some material kind of in your head already, or did you have to start from scratch? Oh shit! I got a couple months. I got to put something together.
I had some material in my head, but that's a really strange neighborhood to go storing stuff. I probably had 90 seconds worth of prepared material when I showed up.
Oh wow!
And I was a wreck. But then I was like, you know what? Everyone has to bomb. So let me bomb and get. And I got there and found out I was going on first.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
And I was the only first timer on the bill. And so I'm like, we're sacrificing the virgin to the ghost of Richard Pryor anyway. So I might as well tank.
And where was this?
Radigan's.
Oh, Radigan's. Okay, yeah. South Hempstead. Yeah. My buddy Sean Kearns was in that one. I think Allison Persky was there, I think.
I believe Sean Kearns was. Okay. I believe I met him.
Yeah, big guy, beard.
Yep.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I went out. I was supposed to go from 4 to 6 minutes, and I went for 7. I shot a lot of stuff from the hip that kind of surprised me. I don't recommend. Mike alluded to this before about not preparing for speeches. That's the whole objective was I kind of just wanted to see what I was made of.
So you went up there for 7 minutes without a planned set?
Wow.
Am I understanding that right?
I had 90. I had a story about what my daughter said the day before that, and a little bit of an idea where I was going to go.
Oh my goodness, you're a brave man.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love that total improv.
So do I. But
if you falter one bit,
yeah, and 7 minutes feels like an eternity.
Ooh.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm sure. And first, all right. Now I'm sure going 7 minutes hurt your chances of advancing because they don't like when people go over their time. However, I am going to put a little blame on Butera. Why would you put a guy with no stage experience on first? Let the guy see what the other guys are doing. Let him get a little comfortable.
Up a little bit. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I would disagree with that. You know what? Smooth the runaway for the guys that have actually put some work in. You know what I mean? Yeah. I think putting me first, it could only get better from there, I guess. It would have been a lot harder if I had to sit through everyone else and know when I was going on last. And,
yeah. Well, I'm not saying last, but I probably would have thrown you on third. Like Andy Pajanos, who's watching, he enjoys going on first. He likes, because there's no preconceived, they're not dead already or they're not great already. Like he gets to go out there, set the tone.
Yeah.
And if he fails, he fails. If he does great, he does great. But you don't have to follow anybody. You can just go out there.
No.
And set the tone. Plus, he's free the rest of the night to either sit back and enjoy or to leave or whatever he wants to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I would have let a couple of guys go on first just to set a tone. And if the energy is high, that only helps you. So I don't know. I'm just surprised. But I hear what you're saying. To sit there with that anxiety all night of going on last. Actually, the first time I went up in front of an audience doing stand up, I was last. So I had to stand there for 2 hours. I had to change my underwear a few times. So, so how do you? So 7 minutes. How do you? Was that a long time for you? Did it fly?
One of the things I said was one of the problems with this being my first. I told everyone this was my first time, which I don't know if that broke a rule or not. But
No.
the problem with that is I don't know if I've been up here for 30 seconds or for a half hour. And so I checked my timer that I never started.
Oh, okay.
And I looked out, and I had a buddy of mine was in the audience. He kind of gave me the, like, you're getting there.
Right. That's nice
so,
of him.
Yeah. So fortunately.
But
there was another guy, probably one of the more gifted comics on the bill. I think he sank his whole set because he did his whole sort of 15-minute routine.
Oh wow.
And he's hilarious, but I think that might have cost him.
Oh wow. Yeah. If I'm not mistaken, even if it's just a minute over, you're out. I know. I take that back. I'm thinking of Governors when they run their contest, but I'm guessing Butera is the same way. Andy Pagano says chime in, and he says Billy and Mike Ellison were the judges. You talking about Billy Geyer there, Andy? I'm assuming. New guys always go first.
Yeah.
Andy says he really likes to go first so he can get high. Never tell people. Oh, all right. Never tell people it's your first time. Of course, there are exceptions. Why, Andy? Why wouldn't you tell people it's your first time? I would think they would be more, supportive and clap more and kind of supply a helpful energy.
Just the respect factor. Like, wow, this guy's first time.
Right. Yeah. Sure.
Give him a listen.
Right.
Yeah, I would.
Well, no, that was one of the only jokes that I had prepared was that everyone, this is my first time, and everyone remembers their first time. And mine was not unlike this. Bunch of people watching, shitty lighting, all but one of you hoping I screw the pooch. That I prepared, so But now I understand that it is. I would imagine that is kind of cheating a little bit.
Yeah, I guess, but again, whatever. I'm from the mindset of whatever it takes to get them on your side.
Oh yeah, me too.
And a lot of comedians, I shouldn't say a lot, but there are a number of comedians that don't like guys who use props. They feel that's an easy way out. But I don't know. I'm of the mindset of whatever makes them laugh, man. If it works,
I agree with you.
Even I was having a conversation the other day, and we were talking about somebody who's been around a long time. Of course, I'm not going to say the name, but we were talking about how hacky he is. But this guy is an older gentleman at this point. He's not the Long Island scene, but he's known. But he comes from a day where hacky was like like Milton Berle, like that kind of the early days of comedy. That was kind of hacky. It was hammy. Yeah. And that's the school that this guy came from. So it worked for him. So we weren't even putting him down by calling him hacky because it worked for him. And he comes from that kind of generation. Whatever works, that's how I feel. But all right, Andy.
All due respect to Andy, I mean, if I do it 10 more times, if I need to win the audience over, I'll say it's my first time.
All right, so he's saying people won't trust you if you immediately say it's your first time.
Really?
Well, all right.
The card, but
I agree with that. They probably won't trust you, but I think they would be more supportive. I mean, that's all I can't think of a single person I saw get up there for the first time and people were not supportive. I don't know. He says, say it at an open mic is totally cool, but not at a show or a contest.
Oh.
All right, you know what? All right, that's something I'm not considering. Maybe because of a contest, you do get a lot of new people at contests. Yeah. So maybe that's why you don't say it there. But how do you think you did? Were they supportive, or were they just, or did you hear crickets?
No, I was surprised. And Tony, this was one of those things, like I kind of, not one of those people that gets proud of themselves or much, but I kind of felt like I won just by showing up. You know,
Sure, no, that makes sense.
My wife was in the audience. A couple friends were in the audience. I filled them full of nitrous or whatever it took to get them, but and to John's credit, he in his introduction speech, he tells everyone, don't be a dick. Like, don't not, if somebody who's not the person you're here to see says something funny, laugh. Don't be,
Right.
And then one of my friends left after like the 7th act, and I was like, good, because he's winning this contest for everybody else. He was just laughing at everybody. So,
That's great. How many comedians were there?
12.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a lot.
12,
That's
and then
a
there
lot.
was the 2 other contest winners that went up after.
Right. Okay.
And I forgot their names, but they were great.
Oh, yeah.
He used to be a teacher. And this one guy who I've heard of, and his name escapes me, he channels the ghost of George Carlin and played a guitar. Name's not coming to me, but he was also brilliant.
Yeah.
And he gave me the best compliment I heard of the night. He said, "You did a lot better than I did my first time." Pause. I ate ass the first time.
Was it Paul Bond?
That does sound familiar. But I can't.
Like a white goatee, skinny guy?
Definitely white goatee. Wouldn't. He sings a bunch of sort of X-rated Christmas carols, and then does an AC/DC sort of thing. He opened for Chappelle at some point, I believe.
Wow.
The guy, Paul Bond, who I'm thinking of, he used to open for Jim Brewer.
Yeah. I think that's him.
Oh, okay.
What's the name again?
Paul
Bond?
Paul Bond, yeah.
I bought his CD. Oh. My wife just said, yeah, it's Paul Bond.
Oh, okay. So she's watching?
She's listening.
So she just found out about all the guitars.
No.
So Andy Pagano is saying yes, it was Paul Bond.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
He said, and I quote, "I ate ass my first time out," and I thought, man, that sounds hilarious. But he meant it as a compliment, which I took. That's flattered.
And he's been doing it for over 30 years, Paul Bond. He's great.
Yeah, I learned a lot watching him.
But now, was the goal to win, or the goal was just to get up there?
I didn't want to fuck around and win because I would, you don't want to go thinking something's just that easy. I already told you I was unprepared, and but I felt like I was doing more harm, dragging myself over coals, trying to like commit to something and not let anything more happen organically. Right. That was a big word.
Yeah. If you won, then you'd have to wing it again for another night.
Yeah. I don't want to fuck around and wind up opening for somebody in Atlantic City. That's a long, quiet ride home.
Right. But are you? So now that you pop that cherry, you're gonna do it again?
Absolutely.
What did you take away from it? Like, what did you learn? You can say nothing.
No. It's you never know who you're gonna be. Everyone everyone says to anyone else that sounds funny, and it's at a certain time. Well, you should be a stand-up comic, but you never really know who you're gonna be until you take that sort of 11 steps and turn. Yep. And I learned that you have to find something when you freeze up. And there was a couple places I reached for, and I was glad I ran out of time because I was all out of places to reach.
Right. Okay.
And I learned that I definitely want to try it again.
Oh, okay. Nice.
In fact, I got an offer to do something next month, but I have to go back and finish one of those other films.
Oh,
so
okay. And was the offer from John, or was it from somebody else?
Yeah.
Nice. Very nice. So, that's a good sign. That's a good sign that he asked you to get into something else, and to me that's a good goal to have. Winning these contests. It doesn't really, it's nice to get the prizes. Like in Governor's case, you get time on the main stage, which is nice. But it seems like anybody who does a halfway decent job ends up getting some bookings, and then they then they can hone the craft and network and make friends. And there's nothing, in my opinion, nothing but positives that come out of it. So so that's great. Are you considering maybe taking one of the classes that that are offered around, like Governors has them, and anybody else?
Yeah, I was actually going to ask you about that separately. Yeah, I'm definitely considering. I would like that. I actually want to try it. Because there is a science to it that I don't entirely understand. I don't want to confuse getting lucky once with being good at something.
Absolutely right. Yep.
So that's the difference between arrogance and stupidity.
I ask a lot of people, like you and me both. We've tried stand up after years of doing other types of performing. So do you feel that have as an actor / musician, did that give you an advantage at all? Did you feel like like getting up on stage, that was probably no problem? You were just dealing more with the content, but getting up on stage is half the battle to me. So did you feel that you kind of had you had a little bit of an edge for that reason, or no?
I mean, being theater trained in college gave me a little bit, and I mean, I was in 13 different schools in 6 years. So being the new kid all the time kind of probably.
Were you setting a lot of fires or something? What do you mean? How many?
No,
Yeah, I know.
Wow.
My dad was Irish. Every time
What do you say? His dad was a Hare Krishna?
I think we kind of lost you for a second. Did you say your dad was Irish?
my dad was Irish. Every time
Irish.
we moved.
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding. No, circumstance led to me in a lot of different schools.
Wow.
And yeah, my dad was Irish. My mother was Polish. I think that's how you make French.
That's a funny joke.
That was good.
That was one I was waiting to try. I think that helped me more than the actual theater training, though. Like being the new kid a lot, kind of.
Okay.
Yeah,
because I found that to be. I'm totally comfortable up there. My material sucks, but I've had I've had people say to me that they're surprised that that I'm still fairly new. Well, actually not new anymore. I'm almost 4 years in, but yeah, I did find I found that it was easier to do it because of the fact I've been on stage before. I mean, you get plenty of people who've never been in front of people at all, and they're totally stiff up there, and you can pick them out from a mile away, but. Yeah, I would think that would help. But all right, well, so all in all, you're saying it was a positive experience.
absolutely.
Very nice.
If nothing else that got me on this show.
All you had to do was ask. I would have put you on at another time.
I needed a reason.
All right, well, next time I'm going to make you play a tune.
Yeah.
Geez.
And if I knew you were in East Meadow, I just would have told you to come in. So next time you're going to be sitting here, and even if you try and you don't bring anything, I got a guitar here already, so I'm putting you on the spot.
Thank you very much. I'll learn like the first 10. I'll do the same thing again. I'll learn the first 10 seconds of the song and then wing it.
All right, we'll take it. We'll take it. So all right. So when you do book, when you have an actual date you're going to perform, let me know, and we'll bring you in here to promote it.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Cool. My pleasure, pal. Congratulations on your first time there, and I'll have to talk to Butera to find out how you really did.
Yeah.
I would love to know.
All right. No, I will.
Yeah.
I'll ask him. All right. Well, thank you, Brendan, for hanging out with us today. Again, congratulations. And
Congratulations.
yeah,
Yes.
and we'll see you again soon.
Thank you so much, Tony. Thank you.
You got it. Anytime.
See you, buddy.
Brendan, see you, buddy. Take care. He gave us a heart. Isn't that nice? I feel like I'm like Stevie Nicks or something. They're throwing hearts at me.
Super Chunk. What kind of music do they play? Do you know?
I think
You of all people won't know.
I think I've heard of them, but no, I don't know.
Do they sing and then vomit?
Super Chunk. Let's find out. Unless I don't know. Maybe they're talking about peanut butter. Chunky? No. Sorry. Let's see. All right, so let's see. You guys won't be able to hear it. which is kind of good because then I'll get YouTube will ban me. All right, so let's see. Here's a song called Void.
Void?
Void. Well, we're going to get a commercial first.
It's a baby drinking a bottle.
That's called an ad.
Oh, is that what it is? Ad. Uh-oh.
All right, here's Mike and I are.
Uh-oh.
We're watching a video from the band Superchunk. All right, come on.
He got a Nirvana shirt on, that kid?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Jeez, what are we watching? A movie? There's.
I know. What is this?
Oh, here we go.
Oh, God. Oh, that's not bad.
It's not bad.
Oh, that's Paul Bunyan.
All right, it's not bad. I'm not terribly
No, it's
impressed
not
yet,
bad.
but it's all right. Come on, somebody sing something.
Oh, Jeff Lillane says Super Chunks, relatively popular.
Oh, you know what? I'm digging it.
Is that a female or a male singer?
I believe that's a female.
Isn't it funny how people... I always wanted to get into people's heads how they come up with a band name.
How they come up with their name?
Chunk?
Superchunk. Oh, now that's a guy.
Oh, that's a guy.
Wasn't there a girl singing a minute
Well,
ago?
He never hit puberty.
Yeah, this video is weird.
Yeah, this is weird.
I don't mind the song, but the video is weird.
No, the song's not terrible.
Bunch of dudes. Oh, now they're playing. Oh, every time they show the band, it's different people. So what the hell?
Yeah.
All right. It wasn't bad. It was all right.
No.
Let's see. Click on images. All right. So there is a girl.
Yeah, because I could have sworn I heard a girl's voice.
Yeah. All right. So it's a girl and 3 dudes. She looks mad.
She looks very mad.
And then there's you.
Who's the bald fellow? There's 2 of us.
That's right. All right. There you go.
She
Super
looks
chunk.
mad.
She does look mad. I'm a little scared.
Maybe if she gets mad, she throws super chunks on you.
That's where they got the name.
Yeah.
From her.
Because you know that's how the name probably came up.
Oh, it's got to be something like
Gotta
that.
be something like
threw
that.
Somebody threw up on somebody. So, Jerry, what do you know about Superchunk? Jerry Lahane claims.
I see. Maybe a food,
Relatively
peanut butter or ice cream bits.
Jerry Lahane claims, and I have no proof of this. I'm just going by what he says. He claims to be a ghostwriter.
Okay.
He claims that he's written songs for Tom Petty, George Harrison. He claims that he was very instrumental with getting Howard Stern started. But he's been watching the show for a few years now, and he's a loyal viewer of a lot of the shows here. But
he chimes in a lot.
Yeah. But yeah, that's what he
Does
says.
he have any credits on any of these things?
He's a ghostwriter.
It's a ghostwriter.
So he gets paid to just, help to do these things, but then, but he's basically giving it up. But yes, I don't. Jerry, is there any way you can prove anything that you tell us? I mean, or would that get you in trouble? You're probably violating a contract.
NDAs or something.
Brendan, who was that weird guy in the room with the guitars? Look in the mirror. Best song for general public, probably the first part. A song called The First Part. All right, we'll check that out. I know not enough about them. Modern for me. Oh, okay. Jerry's talking about Superchunk. Fremder, I think Superchunk opened up for Stretch Mark.
And the varicose veins.
That's funny.
That's funny.
No, not Stern started. Oh, you just hooked him up with Jackie and Fred. No, I knew that, but that's getting Stern started.
Yeah.
He was just another disc jockey before those guys joined him. You have no contract with these guys? So you just write them a song
Wow.
and then they pay you to not put your name to it? And you don't have contracts? So you can just go on record and tell everybody this is what you've done without getting in trouble? You must have some kind of proof. You must have a check for $100,000 from George Harrison or something. Or a picture of yourself with Tom Petty. Jerry, I'm putting you on.
Yeah, I can see.
All this time, he talks about it openly regularly on this show, but I still thought
he said nothing, zero, free.
That's crazy.
Nothing.
Jerry,
Money.
But I put Jerry on the spot, and I said, Jerry, you got to zoom in one of these days. I would love to talk to you about all this. And he's like, oh, well, I don't have good internet. The signal won't be very good.
He's typing in like crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, Jerry.
Yeah, Jerry.
Jerry lives in Delaware.
Pardon me?
Delaware?
Delaware?
Delaware.
I like underwear. Delaware. It's a strange name, Delaware. You think about it, right?
It is, now that you say it.
Delaware.
I never realized that before. But
Yeah.
I mean, is it any weirder than Iowa? Like, I don't know.
I don't know. Iowa's kind of a cool name.
But what is an Iowa? Like, where'd the word come from?
Iowa. I don't know. I asked the founding fathers. I don't know.
Ghostwriter because they're all dead, says Friendly. Yeah, Jerry, actually do that. Write some songs from them now. We'd love to get new material from George Harrison.
What did he write? That's the back door.
That's the back door?
Boy, that took a turn, this show.
What's he talking about?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't know. I'm frightened.
I don't know. Yeah, I have no idea what that means.
That's the back door.
Oh, you know what I wanted to talk to you about? I'll be shoveling snow in a few hours. Oh, is that right? It's snowing down there? We got some flurries yesterday.
Oh, in Delaware.
Going a little bit taking a dark turn here. Today is 30 years since Colin Ferguson shot up the train.
Are you kidding?
30 years ago today.
Wow.
For those of you who don't know what we're talking about, Colin Ferguson was on a train coming from New York City onto Long Island, and the stop is called Marillion Avenue. That's
right.
New Hyde Park, Mineola area. And he pulled out guns and started shooting the place up. I forget how many people he killed. I want to say 6. I don't know if that's right.
It was like 6.
Was it 6?
Yeah, and one guy, his wife became like a congresswoman,
Right, Carolyn McCarthy.
Carolyn McCarthy.
Her husband was shot and killed, and her son was shot in the head, but lived. And to his credit, I don't think he ever walked again. He's still, he's around our age. I think he's in his mid-50s. Mm-hmm. He was only in his mid-20s when it happened. But he made even though he's not walking, he still made a miraculous recovery.
It was a miracle he survived.
Yeah, and
wow, that's 30 years ago.
30 years ago today. So Carolyn McCarthy was a nurse at the time, but
yeah, that's right.
Because of that, she fought. She went on a crusade for anti-gun and better gun laws, and ended up becoming a
pretty powerful congresswoman.
Yes.
Really?
Absolutely. She's
popular congresswoman.
Just retired maybe 9 or 10 years ago. I believe she's had some health issues since, but I thought she was great. I really liked her. He
died in prison, or is he still alive?
He's still alive.
He's still alive.
I want to say he's upstate somewhere. It turned into it was big, obviously big news around here.
Huge.
It was huge. I mean, it was a terrible tragedy, and then the trial became a circus.
You remember that?
He did hire, who were those two guys? They were Ronald Kuby, was that his name? And then the other guy, Kunstler.
Kunstler,
and
Ron Kunstler, and I forgot the other guy's name.
Wasn't it Ronald Kuby?
Ronald Kuby.
And William Kunstler.
William Kunstler.
Something like that. But they're well-known lawyers. They handle a lot of high-profile cases. They were representing him at first because they were going to get a mentally unstable verdict for him. But
he did go that route.
Well,
by reason of mental distress or
did he?
Mental disease or whatever.
Well, what happened was this guy Ferguson ended up firing them, and he then represented himself.
Yes,
and it just became a circus.
That's when it became a circus.
He swore that he was framed, and the government knew about it. This guy was a loony, but
yeah, he was a loony.
But when you kill that many people and shoot up dozens of others and cause what you've caused, I don't care that you're loony. There's a special place in hell for you, pal. I was just reading an article, talking where they talked to some of the survivors, and one woman said, actually a few people, they still to this day think about it every single day. One woman said, she hears the slightest pop, like a balloon or something, like she immediately. Yeah. And she's even said that it sometimes has caused problems for her marriage. Yeah. Because the husband's like, all right, calm down. She says it's automatic. Like she'll get, and then immediately just get the shakes and stuff. And the husband's like, hey, take it easy. She's like, no, I can't take it easy. This is automatic. And,
it's PTSD.
Right.
Yeah.
And so, and I think those are things you don't think about. You hear about, a case like this. You hear about, they got sentenced to whatever, and then you think it's over. You don't think about the poor bastards who had to live with that craziness.
No. And PTSD is a very strong thing in this country.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. So 30 years ago today, what a mess.
There was a shooting yesterday at UNLV in Las Vegas.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
Yeah.
How bad?
I think three or four people died.
Jeez. That's the sad part. I mean, back then, 30 years ago, this wasn't a normal thing. So it was huge news. And look where we are 30 years later. I mean, to the point where it's not like you don't even hear. I didn't hear anything about it. It doesn't get the headlines that it did because it's become such a normal thing, which is very sad.
It is very sad. We have more mass shootings than any other country.
I tell the story all the time, so forgive me if you guys have heard it before. I was at, New Yorker magazine. They have this thing every year, like a festival, for lack of a better word, like a festival where you can. I think they may even call it the New Yorker Festival, where it's like a weekend in New York City, and people that write for the magazine speak, and you can meet them, and people that they've done articles about within the past year will come and do a Q&A. Mm-hmm. So I went to it in 2000, I think it was 15, because Billy Joel was doing it. And I met a guy there, because I got to ask Billy Joel a question. I actually got to talk to him quite a bit during the show, to the point where people thought that I was like part of his entourage. Oh, I'm like, no, I wasn't. And then when I got to ask him a question, we did a lot of joking around. We had the place, laughing and stuff. A lot of times when you go to Q&As like that, how did you get started? What was it like playing with Elton John? Like. Boring question. So I don't even remember what I asked him, but we were joking around back and forth, picking on each other. So the place were laughing, and this one guy came up to me, and he goes, that was great. He goes, who are you? So I now I'm joking. I go, who are you?
Yeah.
So, and I remember this because it was so odd. His name is Romeo.
Romeo.
And so I was like, you're putting me on. He showed me his license. Name is Romeo. And he lives up in Canada. So he goes, no, I'm asking who you are. You're obviously a comedian or something. And at the time, I was doing my murder mysteries, but that was before I was in here. I wasn't a comedian. So I was like, no, I'm a local actor. I don't, you wouldn't know me from anything. And he swore, no, you're a plant. You work for Billy. You're an entertainer. It's like, no, it wasn't a plant. He didn't believe me. And then we talked for a few minutes, and we went our separate ways. But then about an hour later, because the people I was with, we went out to dinner. We were hanging out in the city. I ended up bumping into this guy again. About an hour later, we were probably maybe 5 or 6 blocks away. We went, to a restaurant. I come out of the restaurant, and there he is. And I know you're a plant. I know you're a plant. I said, Romeo. And I found, like, any opportunity I could to say, just to say his name.
Just to say Romeo.
Romeo, I'm not a plant, yeah. Romeo, stop it, But this time now, we're like, he was starting to believe me, and we started a conversation. He's a doctor. I don't know about now because he's got to be pushing 70 at this point. But at the time, he was a doctor who makes house calls.
Excuse me?
Yeah, he's still, he still makes house calls. If you're really sick. And sure enough, I looked him up on the internet, and I found him. Sure enough, I found
him.
I found, like 60 Minutes and 2020, those types of shows up there in Canada. Somebody did a piece on him about how he goes door to door. I'm like, no, that's really cool. It is really cool. We became friends on Facebook, but and then he posted some video from this New Yorker festival thing. Now I only went to the Billy Joel thing.
Yeah,
he had passes for the whole weekend, and there was somebody there. There was a discussion on gun control. So people were asking questions, and he got picked to ask a question. He had his hand raised, so he gets the microphone and he goes, all right. He goes, I just have to ask. He goes, no judgment. He goes, but I'm from Canada. He goes, in Canada, we can still leave our doors unlocked. Mm-hmm. We don't feel this pressure or this urge to constantly have to protect ourselves. Mm-hmm. He goes, where do you guys get this? He said flat out, he goes, where do you guys in America get this obsession with guns? He goes, everybody's walking around shooting each other. Everybody's talking about guns. You're fighting over guns.
Yep.
He goes, no place else in the world does this. He goes, where is the obsession with guns? And I was like, that was a big moment for me watching. I'm like, son of a bitch, he's right. Like, what is the...
It is true.
And I have no problem, I'm not looking to get political, but I have no problem with the Second Amendment. But
no, me either.
But having said that, there is a problem. I mean, like you even said, PTSD. Same thing. It's a mental health issue. It's not a gun issue. However, I personally feel maybe guns. There should be maybe something should be done about the guns until we get the mental health issue figured out. There was no reason for Colin Ferguson to have the assault rifles that he had.
No.
Or anybody else who carries these assault rifles going into schools. You want to carry a handgun to protect your family in case a robber comes in, fine. But these assault rifles that shoot off thousands of rounds or hundreds of rounds in a minute, like
in seconds.
Seconds. I just don't think there's a reason for that.
There's not a reason, and if you don't mind me saying, I do believe in the Second Amendment. I own a pistol.
Yeah.
Okay, but I went through the proper channels. It was a very arduous thing to obtain it. It took over a year. Mm-hmm. But I remember picking out the pistol at the local gun shop, and they were AR-15s on the wall. And I was very naive, 2-time combat veteran, and I asked the guy, "Are those real?" And he goes, "Yeah." And he goes, "Let me tell you something." He goes, "In 48 hours, you could have it."
48 hours?
48 hours. You fill out an application, this, that, and the other, and you give me the money, and you can have it.
Wow.
But there's nothing about the mental background checks.
Right.
Right. So that's that. Yeah, we could talk all day about is it the mental aspect of it, or is it? It's a twofold problem. They're very easily accessible.
Yep. Right.
They're on the street. They're in gun shops. Anywhere.
When the quarantine was first happening, like before we had to stay in, just before a few weeks, when I was living with Sally at the time, about maybe 2 miles from her house is a gun shop, and I'd have to pass it every day to get here.
Oh, you remember the lines?
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, around the store.
Yeah.
Outside.
Yeah.
And I was like, what do people think is going to happen here? Like,
the apocalypse was coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest. Let's just say there was an apocalypse, which I don't know about you guys. I just never believed that for a second. Just like Y2K and all this other shit.
Yeah.
The apocalypse, it wasn't coming from the pandemic. I'm not going to say it'll never happen, but
Right.
It wasn't coming then. But let's just say it was. Then what? So you have your gun. So what? What are you going to do? Stand on your roof picking out your own neighbors? Like, you know what? I think I'd rather be on the other side of that. You know what?
Yeah.
Because if it is the apocalypse, if food is going to become a shortage, why would I want to live through that? Where I got to now shoot people and find people and fight to find food like an animal.
No.
You know what? And especially with my leg, where am I running? So I'd be one of the easiest ones to pick off. So you know what? Just pick me off and let me be on my way then. I don't want to...
Unless you could make a gun out of it.
That's true.
But you're right. I know.
What was that, the movie Roadhouse, where the girl had
Roadhouse.
Yeah. It's like, like if a nuclear bomb went off right now, I don't want to be here on the aftermath, cleaning up
No.
and finding, trying to find who's alive, trying to find food and shelter. No.
No.
Yeah, so I don't know. I just don't understand it.
I don't understand it either.
The guys with the pickup trucks and the flags, and I don't care which side you're for, whatever your flag is saying.
Yeah.
Just, those types of people just make me laugh. Like they're ready. I don't know what they're ready for, but they're ready.
I have no.
Yeah.
I have no idea what they're ready for.
Brendan says, I'll never forget that night with Colin Ferguson. I happened to be looking for a parking spot by Mineola train station when they announced it on the radio. Oh, how crazy is that? I have a close friend of mine who normally takes that train, who that day just happened to miss it. And I have another close friend who was on the train. I forget now. Was she on the next train, or was she on that train but just a different car? Oh, I forget now. I'll have to ask her.
You mean the Colin Ferguson day?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I can't remember now if she was on that train or the next train. But I do remember, this was before cell phones, so it took her hours to get home, and even took her a while, to track her down. Mm-hmm. And I remember thinking, wondering if, maybe she was, involved in that. But thank God she wasn't. Jerry Lane says, good appearance, Brendan. Closer to the mic next time. Oh, okay. Fremder, I have no problem with the Second Amendment either, but God forbid you actually have any sort of security on a train. Yeah, that's an interesting point.
What do you mean? Because there is no security. On
Right,
trains,
so that's what I guess that's what he's saying, that, people are, I think he's being sarcastic to the people that are against security on a train. See, but that's part of my problem. And I'm not saying no to securities on a train, but I don't like even now, like security guards in our schools. Like, to me, that's not the answer.
Security guards, yeah.
To me, that's not the answer. That's a Band-Aid. And it's a shame that we have to have armed guards in our schools. Remember a few years ago they were talking about arming the teachers?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, how ridiculous is that? How sad is that? No, get to the root of the problem, get to the mental aspect, and find out what's wrong with these people and fix them. Which you mentioned, two wars. You came out all right, but I'm sure you know plenty of people that are dealing with mental issues from it.
Very bad issues.
But you didn't, and correct me if I'm wrong, and I'm sorry if I get this wrong, you didn't see combat, right? Or did you?
A little.
You did see a little.
A little, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, in the Iraq War, it wasn't just, I wasn't in the infantry, I was on a truck. Right. So our biggest thing were running over IEDs,
right.
Which I did a couple of times.
Oh, wow.
And so, and it's true, it affects you. There was one time I thought, the security truck in front of me hit an IED, went over on its side, and I was like, oh, shit, I'm not going home. So loud noises still affect me.
Really?
Oh, yeah, loud noises.
I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm. But it's a big problem. My son, obviously, he was in Iraq, so he had it a lot worse than I did.
Really?
But, yeah, the mental aspect is not handled well in this country.
Right. Agreed.
It's not.
And we're not just talking war. We're just talking general mental aspect.
I asked the guy, I said, I can buy an AR-15. What is the background check? He goes, basically, if you fill out an application, they just do a quick background check, your driver's license, seeing if you ever in trouble with the law, and no red flags. It's yours.
That's crazy, man. Please tell Mike to stop using big words, says John. What word did he use just now?
What was the big
war?
word? War? That is a big word.
What's it good for? Absolutely nothing.
Say it again.
Huh. Huh. All right, we're out of here. Michael Kaplan, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you. Thank you, Tony.
So quickly before we go, what's next? What's next for you? Are you going to stay in the political world? You're out? You're going back to work? You're just going to enjoy your time with your new girlfriend?
Both.
Both?
Or all three.
Oh, okay. So you're going to try and find a job?
I'm going to try to find a job, yeah.
Okay.
I'll be 59 next week.
Right, yeah.
And I'm too young. I feel I'm too young to be retired. Mm-hmm. Maybe I'll just come here and bug you.
You can come here more.
Yeah.
You want to do it? Yeah, we can do that. That'd be fun. I always like having co-hosts.
But I do a lot of work at Angels of Long Island.
Angels of Long Island.
Yeah, that's Trish's. That's the. They feed people that are struggling, all that stuff, and volunteering is the best thing. I do a lot of volunteering.
Would she be willing to come in one day and talk about it?
Oh, God, yes.
All right, let's do that.
Yeah,
let's
absolutely.
set that up. Let's set that up. All right, time for us to go. Thanks for hanging out with us today.
Thank you, Anthony.
Thank you, Michael. Brendan Burt says thank you. Thank you, pal. It was good to see you. So today is Thursday. Oh, we got Treading Water. If we can go live, it'll be at 3. If we can't figure it out, as you guys know, we've been having trouble going live with that show. So if we don't go live, we'll play it at 4:30. Circling the Drain, which was not on last night, that's going to be on tonight at 7. And we got Primal Scream at 9. However, ladies and gentlemen, I think I did mention this earlier in the week. Tonight, here at Governor's Comedy Club, the one and only Tom Green is performing.
Tom Green?
Tom Green from MTV.
Wow.
And
Drew Barrymore's
Drew Barrymore, yeah. He's performing here tonight. We are going to try and get him in here. So I don't know if we're going to go live at some point. I don't know if we're just going to interrupt Primal Scream and just throw Tom in the middle of it. I don't know if we're going to record and play it later. I don't know. So we'll see what happens. I'll be here with Nick for Primal Scream. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully we just get him in here somehow. That's all we really care about, is getting him in here. So that's tonight. If I don't think it's sold out if anybody's looking to come down. So that's tonight, Tom Green. Zarna Garg is playing this weekend. Some other names you'll see on the Governor's stage this weekend. Kristen Tinsley, Chris Frangiola. The Dorothy and Sophia Holiday Drag Show. That's where Mike will be. Chris Scopo is playing. Jim DeLakis, Allison Persky, Les Deegan, Olga Namer, Jeff Goldberg, Sean Donnelly, Teddy Smith, Doug Lubby. Just some of the names you'll see on the Governor's stage this weekend. Go to govs.com, make your reservations. Don't forget, at the brokerage on December 22nd, come enjoy a fun murder mystery with Knockem Dead Comedy. Go to govs.com. Please come, because we need people to come, and we want to keep doing shows with governors. So please come, enjoy the holidays for a holiday-themed comedic murder mystery. It's going to be a lot of fun. Please join us. Govs.com. And
you would say it. Tony is the best murder mystery cat around.
Our company is, absolutely. Yeah, we've and I've actually done the research. We've gotten the best reviews. We've gotten a lot of work. Yeah, we're out there kicking ass. I've checked out competition, and they suck. I actually did talk about, I think it was Monday, I did mention when I said that you were coming on, I did mention how, we started all this thing together. This whole thing that can't believe I'm still doing.
I know.
So that's, but yeah, it was Mike and I that started it together when it was Drop Dead Comedy back in 2002. And we performed it.
Yeah.
We performed at an old Governor's Club back then.
That's right, the one on 112.
Yeah, which is no longer there. Yeah. I think that's
now it's
everything.
a Chinese buffet.
Oh, is that what it is now?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. All right, that's everything. So we'll see what happens tonight with Tom Green, if anything. Hopefully we get something with him. And then me and Andy will be here tomorrow. And I don't think we have any guests tomorrow. I think it's just me and Andy. That's it. All right, so everybody enjoy the rest of your afternoon, and we'll see you guys later. See ya.
See ya.
Event today. What will you experience at a Knockem Dead Comedy murder mystery show? Suspense, excitement, love, more love, violence. Well, not really. And, of course, some music. Knockem Dead Comedy is the #1 murder mystery troupe, entertaining thousands of people for over 20 years.
You have a great night or what? Good.
Their hilarious murder mystery shows are full of audience interaction from beginning to end that will keep you laughing all night long. Their shows are not to be missed. Knockem Dead Comedy's murder mystery themes include a mob show, a redneck wedding, a high school reunion, a family reunion with a luau theme, or your own custom show.
Johnny, you have a good time tonight or what?
Had an awesome time.
All right. She had a great time. KDC, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah!